Okay, this is a continuation of what we've been saying about how for Geula that we are expecting that they say the same way that was Baruch Hu saved the Jewish nation from the Mitzrayim through Nashim Tzadkaniot, right? The same concept they say that in the future, B'ezras Hashem, B'karov is going to be happening through Nashim Tzadkaniot. So even though they say that Avraham Avinu was the one that went and mekadev the men and the men she did a kiru for women, but here because the men have some role in this whole thing of making awareness about how the wife should be dressed up and what's siniyut all about. So it's very important also for men know what is the siniyut, so they could tell their wife, and that way they should be able to practice it. And B'ezras Hashem, once the woman is considered a Tzadkaniot, right? B'ezras Hashem, everything falls in its own place, and B'ezras Hashem, we're going to have Geula Berachmaniot, Berachamim, right? So here we talk about many people think that this Nochri is permitted by the even Ashkenazic brother, Arabanim, and because of that, because there are a lot of Ashkenazim, they say that they think that is mutar for women to wear Nochri, which is Nochri. Right now, many people say even I heard from somebody that Mahtov asked Rabbi Tzadi on the second night of Shavuot. You asked, right, that it says if Mashiach is going to come, it's anti-Par Nochri.
Rabbi Tzadi said as long as people are wearing Par Nochri,
right,
Mashiach is not coming.
Right, so that's what a lot of Sadiqim are saying. So that's why we're trying to concentrate on this and to say something about Ashkenazic brothers, because many people they think Par Nochri just is asur for Sephardim and not asur for Ashkenazim. Okay, so this book. I love this book. It's written by Rabbi Lugacy, and it has many stories that is brought down about Sinud, mostly intended for it's called Beit Yaakov. It's mostly intended for women to learn from this, but there are stories here that a person could learn and show it to his wife, to his daughters, right? And pass on the stories here, which is very important because this Rav is very kadosh, and he brings the story of about Shlomo Zalman Auerbach was the Tsar, was one of the Posky Ashkenazim in Israel. He was extremely worldwide accepted. People they accepted his opinion very well. He was a posek. I think he was the one that wrote I think he was the one that put that together, and he was very, very famous in Eretz Israel, and he was Ashkenazic Rav, and he talks about here that there was the story. I say very shortly. He says Sa'arot Gadol Harav Gaon Shlomo Zalman Auerbach the Sad. So he had a very big pain, and his pain was that the unfortunately, we talk about decades ago, that there were women that were starting thinking to wear Par Nochri, even among Ashkenazic communities in Eretz Israel. He was very opposed to it, and this story demonstrates how much he was against this whole concept that he says. It's talking about, there's a concept that a person should be very extremely careful with the Yetomah. Yetomah is the orphan. We have to be very careful with the Yetomah, and also widow Almana. We have to be very careful how to treat them. We have to be extra sensitive with them because of the fact that they don't have the father or they don't have the husband, and you have to be very careful how to talk to them, how to treat them, how to respect them, and you have to be. The Torah has given warnings. A person should be very careful about how to treat this individuals. And this talking about this girl that was an orphan, and it was her wedding night, and she didn't tell her, and her Auerbach the son knew this lady, this orphan that became a kala, and Ashkenazim have a minhag which we don't have, which is Sephardim are against it. It's called yichud. After they get they go on the chuppah, they go to a certain room, and the husband and wife, they stay together for a few minutes. And that's the process they do it. And the Sephardim, they say, this yichud shouldn't happen there, it should happen when they get to a home. But Ashkenazim have this minhag of yichud. So the husband and wife, the Chatan and Kala went over there, and Rabbi Auerbach says here that he waited outside of the room until the Chatan and Kala finished the inyan of yichud, which they usually talk. They sit down over there, the Chatan and Kala talk, and they show they are very happy to each other. They just spend a few minutes there together, just a few minutes, and that's it. So when the girl comes or the Kala comes, the Harav Auerbach screams at this lady, very harshly, talks very harsh words to her, right? I said, I want to you understand this very well. This should be because she saw that she was very weak. He said, you should know this should be the last time I see you very weak. You don't build a family by very weak with this. This is asur v'hechlet, and he started screaming at her and being very tough, and he admonishes her very toughly. And usually, this is not the way you're supposed to talk to women. First of all, because we know that Gemara says that with men you talk very tough. With women you are more soft because you want them to accept your opinion. But here he realized that that's the only way he can relate this message to this Kala, which was being very tough to her, because he cared for this woman. And he made it very clear with the very strong words that she should not do it. And she got hurt somehow because it was her wedding night, right? But she realized it's for her own good, and she stopped doing it. And Baruch Hashem, this remark that he made, even though sometimes you gotta do it, be too tough. The remark he made a big impression on her, and she from then on she kept, according to what I understand here, she kept senua and make sure that she wears what they call snood, the matpachat, the kisur rosh, kisur rosh, wearing kisur rosh, and by doing so, he saved the family from chas v'shalom not going the wrong way from the beginning of the marriage. So this demonstrates how important it is for people to be senut, and we have this Ashkenaz Rav that they can check on him. He was worldwide accepted throughout the world, and he was Ashkenaz. So we see the Panuchri that is not just Isur for the Sephardim, but also for Ashkenazi sisters, sister, daughters, mothers, whatever. This is important, and may Hashem put our mind, our thoughts together to serve Him in the right way, and realize that the Senyot, if we accept this whole concept of that Chachamim say that when you want to learn a halacha, you have to go into depth and to find out what's the reason for it, why why a woman should be senua, and if a person does not make sense that somebody comes cover her hair with someone else's hair. How is this considered senua? And this Chachamim, they are saying that this is danger for the community, and we see all these pains and all these war and all this mishap that is happening throughout the world. Is one of the things the Gemara says that even if the price of some merchandise go up, the first thing you do, even just the food, you go up, the first thing you look at to see if the sinut in the community is good or not. That's the first thing you look at, and then if there's no problem there, then you look at other possible issues that could be caused it. But the first thing, again, we've been talking about all this Muhammad Yom Kippur or other issues that were in Israel or worldwide, all the Chachamim, every time you ask them what's the problem, what could we do better, they say the first thing we do is sinut, right? It's more. That's the first thing you address, and then after that, you look at the other issues that could be the possible cause of it. Maybe follow the path of Chachamim, follow them, and maybe Hakadosh Baruch Hu put in our mind that B'ezras Hashem we all go in that direction, and we Mikayim, the Mamor of Chazal that says the same way that the Klal Yisrael were saved from the Egyptian through the Nashim Satkoniot, B'ezras Hashem Bekorov will be the same, that we will have a Geula Berachamim through Nashim Satkoniot Amikrasu.
Amen.